Sup guys, it's Alex here, and welcome to another Bracketology update video. Before I get started, just like last time, and I'll be doing this for the other Bracketology videos too, back in about mid-January, YouTube sent out a partner program update to all of its channels, and my channel was announced that it will be no longer monetized if I do not have 4,000 hours of watch time within the past 12 months and 1,000 subscribers by February 20th. Now I have the 4,000 hours of watch time down. That one's good to go, but we're still trying to get 1,000 subscribers, and whenever that happened I had about 725, something like that. It was around that time, the Monday of last week, and since then you guys have shown up big. Right now I have 818 subscribers. If you look from that a week ago, I had 730. Now I have 818, so you guys have been doing good with that. Thank you guys so much for that. There will be NCAA tournament tickets up for grabs if I do get to 1,000 by February 20th, so make sure you subscribe and get your friends to subscribe too. We're trying to get that up to 1,000 subscribers, and I'll be giving away first round NCAA tournament tickets if that happens. And then my Zion Williamson video went absolutely off. It has like 45,000 views now. I posted it on Saturday. It's now my most popular video ever. Thank you guys for checking that out and sharing it and all that. And so let's go ahead and go get into the Bracketology. Don't want to be too kept up on that. Now, after the last one is uploaded on Monday, and there's been some pretty decent changes. Louisville's up to a 6th seed after losing to Miami, Florida, which that kind of surprised me. Missouri fell down to an 11 seed after losing at home to Auburn. North Carolina fell to a 3 seed after losing to Virginia Tech, who's still not in it. And then Ohio State, who's one of, if not the hottest team in the nation, is now up to a 2 seed. I think that was a good move there. I'll be in Nashville, as you guys know, for the NCAA tournament, so I would get to see those two games over there. That'd be pretty great. Gonzaga's up to a 6 seed as well. Nevada's down to an 8 after losing to Wyoming last night. And on the bubble, last 4 teams in playing game, or will not have to do playing games, are Providence, Texas A&M, Missouri, and Notre Dame. Then the last 4 in who do have to play the playing games are Syracuse, Kansas State, Houston, and SMU. The first 4 out are Boise State, Maryland, Washington, and Western Kentucky, a mid-major coming up there. And then the next 4 out are Virginia Tech, Baylor, Georgia, and St. Bonaventure. So as you guys know, with each Bracketology update that comes out, I go on Brackify.com and make the NCAA tournament bracket that Joel already predicted. So that way you guys can go ahead and vote, make your predictions known, see how everybody else is thinking. I'll put the link in the description for you guys to vote. Make sure you like and subscribe if you do appreciate that, and for more brackets that you can vote on up until the NCAA tournament, and then I'll be doing my yearly NCAA tournament video then. And so I'm just going to provide a couple quick predictions and some analysis. Just nothing too major right now. We're still trying to figure out the teams and all that jazz. We'll see what happens with the crazy weekend of Saturday basketball, but for now, let's go ahead and get into it. I think that Villanova is going to beat the winner of Arkansas Pine Bluff and Wagner. That one's pretty obvious. Then we got Miami, Florida, and Arkansas. I would have Miami, Florida moving on there. Then I would have Florida beating New Mexico State, though New Mexico State could pull off the upset there. Texas Tech will beat Vermont. I think that Seton Hall would beat Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee just doesn't strike me as their usual Cinderella upset team this year. North Carolina would beat Wright State. Then I think that Providence right now would beat TCU. Then Ohio State would beat Bucknell. Then we got Duke beating Hawaii. And then Texas and Mohamed Bamba beating Nevada. Kentucky will beat the winner of Kansas State and SMU. Arizona will beat Belmont. And then we have Gonzaga and Syracuse and Houston. I think that if Syracuse wins that, they'll beat Gonzaga and move on there. Oklahoma and Montana, we got Oklahoma winning that. Then Rhode Island and Marquette, going to go with Marquette moving on. So far I've picked the 2 10 seeds, and Michigan State will beat Kansas. Virginia will beat Radford. Then I got Michigan beating Butler. And then Wichita State beating Buffalo. And then we got, I think that I really want to pick East Tennessee State upsetting Auburn there, but I'm going to go with Auburn. And then I think that Louisville is going to beat Missouri. If Missouri can get Michael Porter Jr. back by the NCAA tournament, that might be a different story. West Virginia is going to beat Northeastern. St. Mary's will beat USC. Xavier will beat Florida Gulf Coast. Purdue will beat the winner of Bethune Cookman and Nichols. And I think Alabama would beat Florida State with Colin Sexton. And then we got Tennessee beating Louisiana Lafayette. And this one's going to be a pretty bold prediction. I'm going to go with Loyola Chicago beating Clemson. Loyola Chicago beat Florida earlier in the season, and Clemson, I just don't know what to think of them right now. And then this would be a pretty popular upset pick, Notre Dame over Creighton, but I'm going to go with Creighton moving on there. Notre Dame just hasn't shown any consistency this season. Cincinnati will beat South Dakota. Arizona State will beat Texas A&M. Then Kansas will beat Pennsylvania. So for a spot in the Sweet 16, we got Villanova beating Miami, Florida. Then we got Florida beating Texas Tech, in my opinion. Then North Carolina beating Seton Hall. And then we got Ohio State beating Providence. Then we got Duke beating Texas and Mohamed Bamba. Then I'm a huge Kentucky fan. I really want Kentucky to win this game. But right now, I think that it would be Arizona that would go on to win, very sadly. And then we got Oklahoma beating Syracuse/Houston. And then we got Michigan State beating Marquette. Then we got Virginia beating Michigan. And then we got the winner of this game. We got number 5 Wichita State versus number 4 Auburn. I think that Wichita State's going to win that game with Marcus McDuffie. They're a bit more experienced. They'll know what to do there. West Virginia is going to beat Louisville. And then this is going to be a pretty big upset pick. I have St. Mary's beating Xavier there. I just can't get behind Xavier this season. Purdue will beat Alabama. And then we got Tennessee beating Loyola Chicago. And then I think that Cincinnati will beat Creighton. And then Kansas will beat Arizona State. Arizona State was a 1 seed earlier this season, but they've kind of fallen off since then. Villanova will beat Florida and move on to the Elite Eight. Ohio State will beat North Carolina and avenge their absolute destruction earlier in the season. North Carolina destroyed them in I want to say it was the CBS Sports Classic. Then Duke will beat Arizona. Then Michigan State will beat Oklahoma. Then we have, I guess I didn't click that one there. Then we have Virginia beating Wichita State. West Virginia beating St. Mary's. And then we have Purdue beating Tennessee. And then we have Kansas beating Cincinnati, though that could be an upset game right there. Then first of all, in the Final Four, I'm going to go with an upset here. I'm going to go with Ohio State beating Villanova. Villanova just had one of their players get out with a broken hand. I want to say his last name was Brunson. Don't quote me on that. But then we have Duke beating Michigan State to move on. Then Virginia beating West Virginia. And then Purdue beating Kansas. So for a spot in the national championship game, we have Duke versus Ohio State. I'm going to go with Duke. They're more experienced. They know they're more talented. I think they're the most talented team in the nation. Then Virginia, I think this would be the game of the tournament right here. Virginia versus Purdue. I'm going to go with Virginia. They're a more stout defensive team. And then I'll pick Virginia moving on past Duke to win the national championship. Their defense is absolutely crazy. They held Clemson to 36 points, not just in the first half, but the entire game. So there you have it. I think that Virginia is going to win. I've given the predictions for that and created the bracket based off of Joe Lenardi's most recent Bracketology. Make sure you guys subscribe and tell your friends about my channel. We got to get up to 1,000 subscribers by February 20th. Right now it's the 25th, so we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you did. And I will see you guys on Monday or possibly Saturday if anything crazy happens. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.